Hi, Professor Giametti. We're going to be talking about lesson number 16, which is short-term business financing. Make sure you understand that working capital in the book's terms is current assets. Okay? And your net working capital, your current assets minus your current liabilities. Temporary current assets are things that are due to seasonal sales fluctuations. For instance, if you are operating a ski shop, during the winter months, your inventory will escalate. That's your temporary current assets. But it also takes some other money that you might need to make change and do other sorts of things, buy more inventory. So there are more cash flow needs, temporary current assets. Permanent current assets, never have I walked into a supermarket where there's nothing on the shelves, or a ski market, or even in the summertime there are skis out there that you can buy. So there's always this permanent level of accounts receivable, inventories, that certain cash. You always need some cash on hand. So that's your permanent current assets. And what they mean by this maturity matching principle is that, and it's the most important topic, or most important area of this topic, and that is you try to find the loan duration that matches the asset life. If you are buying a truck that's going to last you 7 years, you want to get a 7-year loan, 5 to 7 year loan on it. You want to make sure that it's not too long and not too short. You don't want to mortgage a truck, but you don't want to use your credit card to buy a truck. Okay, basically. Aggressive financing is when you use all of your current assets, seasonal fluctuations, everything, with short-term debt. Okay, you're basically financing some of your permanent current assets with short-term debt. That's risky. That's aggressive. Whereas conservative financing is when you take all of your current assets and finance it with long-term debt. Basically, you're taking and financing, your base inventory with, long-term debt. That's expensive to do, but you never have to worry about defaulting. You're taking a long loan on assets that are going to be used fairly quickly. Okay. Now, in terms of short-term lending, what do they mean? Prime rate is the interest rate that's charged to the best customers, the lowest rate available. Okay. And a line of credit is what you have when you are given by the bank a checkbook, basically, and it says you can use this for whatever you want. They set a limit. Maybe it's a $100,000 line of credit. You can write checks, cut checks, hand it to people, and they will start charging you interest on that loan as soon as that check clears. So that you can ratchet it all the way up to $100,000. You'll be charged interest on it until you start paying it down. You make deposits and it builds up. Then the more you can use on your line of credit. So for instance, if you ratchet it up to $99,000 and then you have paid it down by $40,000, you've got then $59,000 in it. You still have $41,000 left to use. Okay. In any line of credit, there's a 30-day cleanup period. The reason they do that is they don't want people using a line of credit to finance short-term or long-term assets. You don't want to buy a house with a line of credit. So in essence, what they're making you do is close it out for 30 days throughout the year. Right? You have to close it out in at least a 30 consecutive day time period. Okay? My father used to be in business where he'd build homes, and they would require him, once he sold a home in like the winter months, he would close out that line of credit. That's his cleanup period. Right? A compensating balance is a percentage of the loan that the bank wants to keep on deposit. So they may say, look, you've got $100,000 out on a loan. We want to keep $20,000 at all times in our bank. Okay? That's basically what they're talking about there. Okay? We have another part to this. I think I'll cut this one off here and start part 2, ending with this compensating balance.